If you're seeing this, then this is your Tarot Tuesday message. My name is Lara. Welcome, whether you have seen me before or you have never seen my face. Welcome to the reading. We're going to take a look at the week ahead. We have our oracle cards, we have our tarot cards, the usual cast of characters today. And we are talking about the next 7 days. This is from June 17th all the way through to June 23rd. Okay. So this week is ushering in Cancer season. We also have the summer solstice, which is happening on the 20th, Friday the 20th. So all of that energy is definitely going to be influencing our week. Okay. We'll talk a little bit about that in just a second. But as far as the reading goes, this is a timeless reading, first of all. So if you are finding this within that week in June 17th through June 23rd, 2025, fantastic. That means that this is the energy that we're all swimming in at this moment. Everyone who comes to this reading and the astrological influences are affecting where we are in the space-time continuum. Even if you don't subscribe to time. I saw a really interesting video. Mariah Carey doesn't believe in time. Which I love. And also, only Mariah Carey could have that kind of audacity. You know what I mean? But I love that. And I would love a life where I don't have to believe in time. And then there's the rest of us who are still in this dimension. But this particular point on the space-time continuum, first of all, it's important to note whether or not you do believe in time, it is cyclical and it is not linear, okay? So whether or not it's within this week in the year 2025, that's fine. You're finding this message whenever you are meant to find it. So there are themes, patterns, what have you, all of that's happening right now, you are connecting with wherever you are. Okay. So you can trust that there's probably something here for you to take a look at. Okay. Let's see. My mic is trying to do that so it doesn't, I think my collar is up too high. Anyway, whatever. We're not going to worry about it too much. Please. And yeah, time is not linear. So you're finding these whenever you're meant to find them, whether it's during the week of June 17th through the 23rd or not. Also, this is a general reading. So everyone who is showing up to this reading, all of our energy is here in this reading. So if things aren't super specific to you and your situation, that's because we're looking at the energy for all of us. But the patterns, the themes, those are very likely what you're aligned with and what you're in tune with just by being here. So some of the messages may not be for you, okay? Some of them might, all right? You decide what is and isn't, because I have no idea for you. Do you know what I mean? If we were getting specific, I could probably figure it out. But there's presumably more than one of you here. Okay. Usually there's two of you. And then myself is 3. So yeah. So it's the commonalities that we all share. So, but hopefully you get a little insight. And again, I encourage you to use your intuition. Make up your mind for yourself. What a radical thing to be doing, especially in these times. So, you're going to know what's right for you and take whatever resonates and whatever is helpful and leave whatever doesn't make sense. Okay. So, that's how we do that. Yay. So we're going to go ahead and just get into it. As far as the astrology that's happening, again, I don't know too much about the inner workings of where each planet is and how it's conjuncting and all of that. That's just like, it's a lot to stay on top of. And I'm not actually an astrologer, but we are informed by the energy here. Last week we had the full moon. Yeah, last week we had the full moon. This week we are ringing in the solstice and Cancer season. So already right away, we're living with a little mix of both Gemini and Cancer energy right now. So Gemini energy, this is an air sign. It's all about communication, especially Gemini, ruled by Mercury. So things like travel, communication, technology, all of that stuff. Gemini is the twins as well. So there's a lot of duality, the light and the dark, okay? Opposites, right? Everything having its polar opposite, that's the twins energy. So, and also it's our mental faculties, because we're talking about air energy, which is our thoughts, the way that we communicate and the way that we think, okay? So I think, I mean, just in general, where we are like in the world, a lot of the way that we think is being challenged for a lot of people, which is good. And you know, if there's been a lot of like mental back and forth, I feel like that's been kind of a thing with Gemini. My experience lately anyway. One of my friends, if she's watching this, she knows who she is. But we went to a wedding and she was saying that she's been extra indecisive because of this Gemini energy and her Gemini placements. Yeah. So yeah, that's the energy. We're moving from a space of mind into a space of heart, okay, with the Cancer energy that's coming in. Cancer is the crab, okay? Cancer energy is all about home and family, and it's a lot about self-care as well. Cancer as the crab, I always think of the hard outer shell with like a soft, vulnerable inside, delicate inside, okay? Cancer is, can often be a lot about boundaries as well. So, work-life boundaries may be coming up at this time for you. I know that's been a theme for me. Yeah, and sort of like the ways in which we are protecting our soft parts. Okay, so that's like Cancer energy that we're coming into. Again, with the shift of the solstice. So this is the summer solstice that we'll be celebrating. And solstices are portals into a new phase of the yearly cycle. So we'll be entering full on summer with this portal. Okay. It's a fiery energy. It's bold. It's fierce. There's an element of like protection around this energy as well with the Cancerian energy, protecting what is meaningful to you. That's coming up. So, and this is all just like my own stuff that I'm pulling out. Like I haven't really keyed into anything that anyone wiser than me is talking about. So, so it may not be super concise because I'm not like just bringing the pieces that someone else put together over here, which is sometimes what I do. But a lot of it is a blend. This, I'm just really kind of flying on the seat of my own pants right now. But yeah, it is, you know, summertime is in full effect. I think it's a really interesting time too, because a lot of what spring and summer is about getting back out into the world. But there's also this element of safety that's around it. And I think that's coming up really, really strongly right now. Like people feeling safe spaces, safe homes. A lot of safety for people is very much in question at the moment. Yeah. So I don't know. Let's see what the cards say about it. Okay. So we're going to just go ahead and dive in. Let's start here with our Oracle of Mystical Moments. Let's see what kind of vibe we can catch for our energy in the week ahead. What do we have here as far as the theme of the week that we're walking through? Could you show us, please? Whoa, 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 whoa. Flying all over the place. But those two weren't the right ones. Oh, oh. Sorry if this is messing with the mic. Let's keep going. Okay, here we go. Can we get one card to show us? There it is. Thank you. Ew. Let's see what we got. Ooh. Ooh. We have the Sea Witch, which is so fun because we have the water energy of the Cancer coming in. Water energy is our emotion. So we're moving from a place of thought orientation into emotional and feeling orientation. The Sea Witch here, so many literally the only thing that isn't here is a crab. But you've got the jellyfish, you have the actual fish here, and you've got the tentacles. All right. And also this interesting little propeller. It looks like very whimsical. There's an essence of innocence with this sort of presumably childlike figure here. The number is 52. So let's see. And for whatever reason, I looked at the bottom of the deck, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Art of Seduction. Okay. And I kind of like the coloring that this is pulling together, the red, the black, and the blue. Okay. So let's see what kind of information we can get here. I'm not as familiar with the Sea Witch. The Art of Seduction is pretty self-explanatory. But let's see how it all fits together. Yeah. Innocence, joy of play, and wonder. Yeah. Inner child energy. This small mermaid is called the Witch of the Sea. Instead of a fishtail, she has a jellyfish on the lower part of her body. Her hair sways behind her like flowing tentacles. She holds a windmill. It's a windmill. Okay, it's not a propeller, but it's a windmill in her hand that propels her forward. Okay. A wide-eyed fish is her loyal companion on her ocean journeys. She is young and uses the magic of childlike thinking to dance in the waves, marveling at the wonder of life. So already what I'm getting a lot of like inner child energy. I think this week is going to be a week where we're focusing on caretaking that inner child with the Art of Seduction. Interestingly enough, I know this seems kind of weird, but it's giving like romance, but romance in the sense of like joy and play, not like romance or seduction, I guess, in like the idea of joy or play. That when we are living in a space of joy and like childlike wonder, we're finding ways to seduce life, if that makes sense. It bringing the passion. And I'm not sensing this as romantic in any way. I'm actually sensing this as like your lust for life. Okay. So it's connected to this element of like childlike innocence, your inner child. Okay. Maybe there's some like beachy water activities that might be good to play with this week. Perhaps. We'll see. Okay, let's get some of our spicy oracle. What do we got? We're going to get 3 of these guys. Da, 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 da. Oh, yeah, that's it. Oh, Okay, so we have, first of all, bad influence. Prove it. So there's something here about identifying potential distraction or bad influence for me is feeling like something that maybe feels like we have no control over it, but really we are the ones making the decision to continue to engage with whatever it is. And with the first of all, bad influence is like, first of all, this is the thing that you need to be dealing with. Bad influence, and then prove it. Either we're seeing proof of this bad influence. I have a feeling if you're here, you probably kind of already know what the bad influence is. I know what mine is. And prove it. Either it's seeing the bad, if you don't already know what your bad influence is, this may be illuminated for you, but if you do already kind of know what we're talking about here, I think the prove it really is prove it as in the acceptance that comes with the awareness. A lot of times when we become aware of something, it can take a while before we actually really accept it as something that needs to go, if that makes sense. So if you've already identified this bad influence, I think if you've already identified this bad influence, then I really think like this is the week that we're done. We're done. If you haven't identified this bad influence, that's okay too. Either it's going to come up, again, the art of seduction. Maybe there's someone that's seducing you. Oh, geez. Seducing you away from who you are, the queen bee energy, who you truly are, or who you're meant to step into. Oh, girl. God, no, that's right. Okay. So this is your opportunity either to recognize what that is, because this energy is certainly holding you back from fully stepping into this new version of who you are. So either you're identifying that, or you've already identified it and it's taken you a while, but this is the week where we're like, yeah, enough is enough. I already know I'm well on that track. Okay. Ugh. God. All right. Does this make sense? Are we picking up on this? And it's almost as if, right, the sea witch here is like, we're doing this for this inner child who needs to be cared for. You need to create a safe space for this inner child to play and be free. And whatever it is that is holding you back, is literally the thing that is taking up the space that you need to be dedicating and giving back to this inner child. Mm-hmm. It's holding you back from creativity. It's holding you back from your joy, from that sense, that place of like innocence and joy. All right. Okay. Hope this makes sense. All right. So with all of that in mind, where do we go from here? Let's see what the cards are going to say. So let's see if we can get 3 cards to just take a look at, considering all of this, considering these energies and themes. What is, thank you. Wow. Okay. Those are our 3 cards. What is the week ahead bringing us? Okay. Oh boy. Okay, hang on. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. We're going to start at our shadow cards here. These are the cards at the bottom of the deck, and they represent our subconscious mind. So this is the energy that is just below the surface for us. And this is the energy that is running the entire show. Okay, it's not just whatever situation we're talking about. This is the energy that is driving everything in your life. So we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. Now, whether or not this is an actual person or this is something that is coming up from inside of you, a lot of times it's both, because things are a reflection. So the Knight of Cups here, again, we've got a really emotionally connected energy here, but the words do not line up with the action. So whether that's you, maybe you're feeling that way about yourself. Maybe you're feeling emotionally connected to something or someone, but you're just not doing the work for it. Or this is something that you are realizing, okay, the pretty words that are just completely empty here, and not necessarily ill-intended, okay? But just there's not a lot of action behind these words. You need more, okay? And I would even dare to say more connection, more intention. You really need to see, actions speaking louder than words. It's like, yeah, that's all well and good. You can say whatever you want, but I don't see you actually showing up. And you could be a person, it could be a place, it could be a thing. It could be a situation. But the Knight of Cups here, and then right behind that, you also have the Death and the Rebirth card. So you're at the threshold here. You're at the precipice. This is really what has to go, whatever it is. This version of you who is accepting this kind of behavior, or is this kind of energy, either way, okay, this is it. It's not coming with you into where you're meant to go. Something has to die in order for you to be reborn in this new place as this new version of yourself. There is loss that comes with that. Because with death comes loss, but also with death comes rebirth. When you have the end of one chapter, you also have the beginning of another. So that's the energy that we have here. What I'm hearing is it's time. It's time. And it literally is this that has kept you stuck. It's held you back literally from your magic with the magician here. Okay? Your ability to manifest the life that you desire is actually directly affected by whatever or whoever this is. That's why you're not getting where you want to be going. Okay? And you're not building on what you want to be building. You've got a little bit of a foundation started here, but you still have more to go. Okay? And it is you on your path. All right? With the Hierophant energy. This is the next step on your lesson plan here, your life lesson plan. It's karmic in nature with the Justice card coming out behind that. And you've definitely been resisting this for a really long time, but it needs to break down. It needs to break down because the Queen of Cups energy is coming through after that. You know what I mean? It's time to surrender it. It's time to let it go. Queen of Cups energy. She's the queen of the emotions here. So it's time. So that's what's coming up through the bottom of the deck. No big deal. And then as far as what we have happening on the table, what exactly does that mean for us this week? What's going to be coming up? I think, I think we're going to have to get a little bit more information here. Maybe not. Let's figure it out together. But we've got the 10 of Cups in the reverse position. All of these are in reversals. The 10 of Cups is in reverse. The Devil is in reverse. And the High Priestess is in reverse. Okay. So, as we're moving through this week, I think we're really honing in on the ways in which this is really not making us happy. Whatever this is, it's really not bringing any emotional fulfillment. It's not something that you can build on for long-term happiness. Okay? It's just not dependable and it's not reliable. And this is something that we're really going to be feeling during the beginning of the week. Okay? And it's this, or we're also identifying the ways in which we've been unhappy and just have been like settling for something that is just not what is truly going to bring us fulfillment. We certainly have been settling with this Knight of Cups energy in reverse. Okay. But with the Devil card, we're releasing whatever unhappiness this is. Okay. We do realize this week the ways in which we have been the ones, by continuing to stay connected or stay involved, we've been getting something out of it. Not happiness, but we've been getting something out of it. And this week is when we really see, the part that we've played, but also how it is our responsibility. It is only up to us to step out of these chains because no one is actually holding us in place. We are making a decision to stay connected with this energy. And it's been something that's been really hard to let go of, but it's really not bringing any happiness and fulfillment. Okay. If anything, it's not even making space for those things that you want, right? Those things that you're trying to manifest if you're working on something. for yourself. And then we have the high priestess in the reverse. I think there's still a lot more that we're feeling blocked off from. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. No, I don't need to pull another card because I dropped it and she just fell upright. So this is shifting at the end of the week. I think we're starting the week with the sense of like, there's still more of this, but what do I do? What do I do? And I think you know what to do. You know what to do. It's your responsibility to do it, to actually step away from it, to break yourself free. Okay, so the high priestess here, we also had the Hierophant. Those are divine counterparts as well, where the Hierophant represents the spiritual knowledge of the spiritual path. The high priestess represents spiritual wisdom, and spiritual wisdom, the difference being between the knowledge and the wisdom is that knowledge is something that someone else can teach you. Wisdom is something you inherently know for yourself. And the high priestess sits at the threshold between the conscious and the subconscious mind. So I want to also say, be paying attention to dreams, be paying attention to what comes up in your meditations, be paying attention to those random thoughts that come up, because there might be information there, but there's clarity moving through. I think we're going to get this sort of like veil lifting from our eyes. And it's like this crown chakra, third eye energy is just going to, like, all of a sudden we're going to be seeing more clearly, if that makes sense. Thank God. All right. And not only thinking more clearly and seeing that, but also like taking the responsibility for this information. Okay. So I could also see too, with the art of seduction here and the bad influence, that maybe this is a connection that is not healthy. It could actually be like some kind of a romantic or something like that. But it doesn't have to be. But it very could easily. I know mine is. Ah. But yeah, it's almost as if like you've been waiting for some kind of information. But you know, with the sea witch energy, this is where that Cancerian energy comes in. This is something that needs to be done to make and create a safe space for your inner child to come forward to explore. Because this inner child hasn't been safe to do that. And I think when and if you're capable, you know, that's something that can really change how we live in our day-to-day connected to that inner child. Your inner child is the one who's not happy, because these were sitting like this with each other. Okay. You're not happy. Your inner child isn't happy. And at what cost? You know? But with the high priestess, again, with the high priestess coming in, I mean, we are divinely guided, divinely protected. Pay attention to the subtlety. But I really do think this sort of like deeper sense of clarity is going to come through for us this week. But I guess we'll see. Ew. All right. So that's what I have. Did this make sense? I hope this made sense. If it did, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Please like this video, subscribe, share, whatever. Or don't. I don't really care. Yeah, I'll just keep making these videos. So whatever. But either way, I'm glad that you were here. Thank you for being here. And come back and see me again sometime. We're here every Tuesday. I also put out new moon and full moon messages as well every month. So please feel free. Also, there's some information down below in the description box if you'd like to connect with me in other ways. But also, if you're in the New York City area, celebrating the solstice, I'm actually hosting an event in New York City. So you can head over to my Instagram page. There's all kinds of information there. If you're around, it's a free event and it's for charity. We're raising money for the Anti-Violence Project, a Solstice Pride Juneteenth event on Thursday. So we can dance through the portal together and really live in this space of joy and safety and freedom. Let our inner child come out and play. We can do it together. Yeah, awesome. And if you're not in the New York City area, that's okay. I hope that you find some space to do that for yourself under this solstice energy, and yeah, get that fire lit up. But yeah, that's all I've got. So I am going to walk through this with you. I hope that you take care of yourself. It's Cancer season, so self-care, self-care, self-care. And yeah, I will be seeing you on the other side.